Chicken police. I think there's a colon. I don't know if there's a colon. I feel like there should be a colon. Paint it red. We have interviewed Deborah, so we're going to see what our next options are with her.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
All right, let's look at our inventory.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I gotta be honest, the rhino lady, that's not what I meant to do. That's interesting.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Well, this is maybe my favorite poultry-based film noir, which admittedly is very specific.
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
A brain reset. Sorry.
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino.
I didn't know they'd start talking immediately and my brain reset. My bad.
You'd understand, don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
That's a good point.
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Miss Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Alright, so let's take a look at our notebook and see what we got here. We'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Alright, we learned that she owns the Tsar Club. We are now introduced to my good friend Louis C. Hayworth, who's a rabbit, an old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Louis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask. Louis's number is 555-932. I guess I gotta call him. So let's look at what we got on the Tsar Club. One of the most famous nightclubs in the city, owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent the place. And it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirt. Alright, so that could be a challenge. Let's go back to find his number. It is 932. Yeah, I kind of like that you have to go through with this. Admittedly, if you have to do it constantly, that could probably be annoying, but we'll see where it goes.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place. The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Just seeing if we could question him. Alright, so places. Clawville Police Department. The HQ of the department, aka the meat grinder, a huge dark building for shady people. I don't necessarily mean those who are sitting in jail. Alright. Let's check out our map. Oh, is this like the Muppets where we travel by map? Alright, so scene types, we've got main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You'll need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you're a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top pick. Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Alright, so right now it looks like Clawville PD is all we can do. So let's drive there. Oh, I like the late title card.
And I was driving, half
Not
drunk,
title card, but you know what I
risking
mean.
my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity. While others, the smart ones, had already gone.
I like that they're going with the character names.
Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
I'm oddly excited about this, I'm not gonna lie.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived a night the press called The Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night. Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so beckish, old bird. By the way, you're in luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
I'm fascinated if this is this continues going the way that it is at the moment. It's just some kind of allegorical thing with race and that kind of stuff. That could be a interesting way to do it. With the different species and that sort of thing.
Did you miss me?
We'll see where it goes.
No, same here.
Let's take a minute to look around. Oh, that's funny.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
Let's take a look at this before we leave. Alright, so we got Royce. Or we'll go here. Special feature is I hate him. Real little butt plug. He's too small of a fish in the ocean to be worth bribing. Mason Royce. I hate him almost as much as I hate his partner Phyllis. Big and dumb, it resembles my partner Marty a little, except that Royce doesn't have a kind heart. Alright. Let's go in the police station.
Here we are again. Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Well, let's talk to Monica.
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those 2 prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic. Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick. Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time? Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
I don't know how I feel
Hey,
about
careful with that.
this guy's
Buffalo
facial hair and
Boy is the
eyebrows.
chief
Kind of weirds
today.
me out.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
All right, let's look through here real quick. Oh, I haven't talked to Bosco yet, so let's do that first.
Detective Chowhound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello
Looks
to
like
you
my
too,
dog.
Bosco. I see you're busy as always.
I've been sniffing
Well, I
around
like the
one of
fur.
rundown joints.
God, that's
You
so
know how
weird.
it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. I wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kinda lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, He was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
I like how they're doing the world building here. It's actually kind of fascinating. A chicken police story, Belle of the Pantheress. Okay.
All it takes is one look, and my comb starts to tingle, which never means anything good. One of Blood Boyle's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
Alright, now that we've done that, let's go back to the notebook. Gonna look at Bosco. Special feature, they say he's able to devour anything that crosses his path. That's why he's got the nickname Chowhound. Oh wait, let's go back over here. I'm also weird in that I have to do things in order, sorry. Detective Boscarelli, alias Bosco. He works in the predatory division as I do, or as I used to be more precise. We have Monica Rosen. She can watch over 1,000 things at once, and she is an angel. The soul and heart of the police department. She's a hummingbird in theory, but many say she's a real angel who fell from the sky. When I used to come to the station daily, her presence was the sugar in my bitter morning coffee. Mort Mardigan is a Komodo dragon. Okay. He's old, blind, and an unrepairable wreck. A tight-fingered B-word. He's blind as a bat, but also one of the biggest scoundrels the city's ever seen. He could have been a good guy, but got lost somewhere halfway, and now he's too old to save himself. There was some fight in a club where Mort was at. What a surprise. He's an old friend, so I can put in a good word for him. Lucius Wilford Bloodboil. Chief's a real legend. He also hates me. And then Dr. Reginald B. Bubo. He's an eagle owl. Morphinous, neurotic, old, and ugly, but he's an old friend from the golden days of the chicken police. Alright. Let's look at Moses and Plato. Moses is a Tibetan sand fox, and Plato is a palace cat. They're old rivals of Sonny and Marty, currently working at Clawville PD's homicide division. Alright, well, I think that we are going to wrap this up here before we go into the shooting range. Let's make sure there's nothing we missed here. No, let's look at this place first.
These as target practice once.
Okay.
Not out of disrespect.
I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, consider giving us a like and subscribing.